Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. I'm just waiting to go live on Facebook. Today, I am coming in a little bit early because I am going to be at a swim meet for most of the afternoon. Yes, my swimmers, my girls have a championship meet today, so that is why I'm coming in early. But I have some great things that I want to speak to you about today, especially when it comes to keys for your best athletic performance. Now, I have seen these a lot, that these have actually been lacking in several diets when they are trying to chase their athletic goals, but it can also be reframing your mindset so that you are fueling your body properly and kind of what that looks like when it's healthy and when it goes too extreme. There are some other things that I'm going to be talking about today, such as nutrients, antioxidants, some things like that that I actually use as well that have really ignited my athletic performance. Not just my athletic performance, but really igniting my true best health as well. I actually just did something, which I'll be talking a little bit more about that in the nutrition protocol that I just did as well. So with that, I just want to say hello. My name is Drew Mulvey. I am a certified dietitian nutritionist. I am a board certified nutrition specialist and certified integrative sports nutritionist specializing in disordered eating in female athletes. I am also a precision nutrition level 1 coach, which is a holistic sports nutritionist essentially, and really taking into account everything that's going on in your life to really bring the best outcomes. I'm a certified personal trainer and I train here in Southbury, Connecticut. And I am also a certified lead therapist, which is a specific food sensitivity protocol based off of mediator release testing. It's about 92% accurate and specific for those particular sensitivities. It has been the absolute best food sensitivity test that I have run on anybody, and it has been absolutely amazing for not just inflammatory conditions, but athletic performance as well. So today I'm going to be talking about some of the keys to your best athletic success and really best health success too. The first thing I do want to talk about is this nutrition plan that I just underwent and how you can create healthy mindsets around food. So it's using it as fuel and not really creating this restrictive patterns and restrictive mindsets. So just recently, I want to backtrack. For many years, I have had sensitivities to gluten. I have had sensitivities to dairy. I've had sensitivities to eggs, to soy, to nightshades, to several other things. And even I have been tested a couple of times with that MRT test, and I have found sensitivities to things that I didn't even know that I had. And when you have those underlying sensitivities, that can create some sort of low-grade inflammation, which can really hinder your recovery. It can impair your sleep. It can impair your cognition, and it can really impair your athletic performance, especially. Has it ever been that you've been trying week after week and you feel like you're putting in the effort and it's just you're not getting out of it what you're putting in? I've been there before. And actually, speaking of being there before, I was there a month ago. So what I usually do is I have something called an athlete ignite. Now this is not a promotion for that, but it's called an athlete ignite. And based on what the things were that I was sensitive to, I ticked those things out of my diet and what seemed to be reacting with my body. Now, key number 1 is to be really in tune with your body and really monitor what does well in it and what does not do well with it. That does not mean that you are creating restrictive patterns. You're simply allowing your body to tell you what's going on. For me, I was starting to get reactive to gluten. I was starting to get reactive to dairy, to eggs, and to soy. I also took out some chocolate, coffee, and the nightshades as well because I knew that those were things that were really bothering me before. With that, the first week, it took a little bit of time for me to kind of get used to it. I've done things like this before, but I was a little bit tired. But I can say after 3 weeks of doing that, I'm sleeping better. I am performing better. I am stronger. I also learned a lot during that time that you want to do what is absolutely best for you, not based on a specific protocol or a specific, I shouldn't even say diet, because it's a nutrition plan and it is a nutrition routine that is specific for you that's going to bring you the absolute most benefit, not what works for somebody else or what should be working for you. Whatever works, that's what you're going to be, where you're really going to find that athletic success. So yes, I had to take those things out of my particular nutrition routine, and I was limiting the amount of grains that I was also having as well and really bumping up the fruits and the veggies. and any alkalizing foods. What does that do? That actually helps your body to actually reignite the energy pathways so that everything's getting cleared out properly. You have better energy and stamina. You have much better, it's a VO2 max, so basically your aerobic capacity, and it can improve your aerobic capacity. You need energy for every single thing in your body. Oh, and recovery as well. So before I started this, I was getting sore from my workouts, very sore from my workouts. I was getting very lethargic. I do have, I don't know if I shared this, but I did get a concussion when I was 19 years old from diving, and it affects my speech. Now, what happens if I can tell if there's too much inflammation in my body or I get dehydrated, then it is very hard for me to speak properly. That was also one of the things that I was really starting to see too, and my cardiorespiratory rate was definitely going down, or my respiratory ability was going down. So by taking these foods out and allowing my body to regenerate that energy, I have been feeling so much stronger. I've been feeling my VO2 max, I feel like it definitely went up. I think actually my Garmin told me that. And I'm feeling vibrant again. In fact, I am actually able to do things that I really wasn't able to do maybe a month ago or even last year. So this is really great that this is happening. Now, does that mean that this is going to create restrictive mindsets? No, I have modified things a little bit since I have come off of this, but I have still remained pretty, I shouldn't even say clean, but I've just pretty much been sticking to fruits and vegetables. I've upped the protein a little bit. I'm doing what's best for my body mentally and physically. So, what's the difference between actually being in your healthiest state and eating in the way that you want to fuel your body properly and then being restrictive? So I do want to list a few characteristics where healthy eating and help with that healthy mindset that you are driven to do well in your sport and it's not restricting you. So here's some healthy eating habits that you can incorporate. You may limit processed foods and artificial ingredients or limit intake of saturated fat, trans fat, sugar, and sodium because you know that you've done some research on that and you limit them. Notice it says limit. You may try different, I shouldn't even say that word, nutrition plans, or experiment with different nutrition plan choices, such as eating vegetarian, going gluten-free, or clean eating. That's something that I did, and I realized that I had been sensitive to those things, and they were impacting my athletic performance. Now, does that mean that I can't have those things from time to time eventually? Yes, I can, but I am trying to create a nutrition routine that is best for my athletic performance and also for emotional satisfaction as well. You choose to eat healthy items when eating out. Or, you know what? Have a burger and fries from time to time. I was talking to the girls, they like chicken tenders and fries if you don't have like a gluten sensitivity. But that's only a small amount of what you're eating for your actual nutrition routine. Planning meals ahead of time. That also saves money. You also know what's going into it, and that's how you can get a lot of color into your diet. I shouldn't even say that. Sorry. Forget that I said the D word. A lot of color into your nutrition routine, which I'm going to be talking about in a little bit because there are some nutrients in those that are very, very important. I'm not going to cover that one. Intends to make healthy choices, but still socializes and enjoys life. That is the key. So hold on to that one right there. You read ingredients lists. Yes, I read ingredients lists because I do try to keep it at things that I actually know. And then you might feel bad about eating something viewed as unhealthy. Okay, so yeah, you might feel a little bad, but then when it becomes obsessive, here's where it becomes a problem. So obsession with clean eating, this is actually classified as some sort of disordered eating pattern called orthorexia, where you are terrified to go off of your plan and terrified to eat anything that is not conducive to what your goals are. I have suffered from that. And in fact, I did more damage to my body than good because I was obsessed with keeping completely 100% clean. And in fact, I was not getting enough nutrients that my body actually needed. I was terrified to go out. So I have my own personal experience. And this is the difference between healthy eating and then actual orthorexia. So orthorexia is completely avoids any foods viewed as unhealthy, which varies from person to person, to the point of having difficulty finding enough food to meet nutritional needs. What did I just talk about? That happened to me. Spends excessive amount of time thinking about what foods to eat. Sounds obsessive, right? Avoids food that are brought or prepared by others. Now, if you have allergies, that is going to be very different. If you have very, very reactive sensitivities, that's different. But if you're avoiding things because you don't know what they're putting in, that's where there's a problem. You spend hours upon hours prepping food and you have anxieties over getting meals ready. Now, I said that you plan meals ahead of time. That's still very important. Meal planning is a very good habit to instill, and I do that. In fact, I make extra for dinner so that I have that for lunch the next day based off of what my goals are and what my needs are, depending on my proteins, my carbohydrates, but also what my micronutrient needs are as well. Never has dessert, even on a special occasion. That's where it becomes really problematic, especially if you like your sweets a little bit. You can enjoy yourself from time to time. You are allowed to do that. Becomes withdrawn and avoids social situation and suffers decreased quality of life. Yep, it becomes so impactful that you are terrified to even go out and be around your friends because of this. Obsesses over the ingredients in food. And he ends eating episodes with a post-meal evaluation, satisfaction or guilt. So with those two lists that I just named off, I want you to really think about this. Healthy eating can mean that you're doing what's best for your body and you're still enjoying your quality of life, and that you have things in moderation and you limit certain things. You're still very aware of what you're putting in your body and the ingredients that you're putting in your body, and you're still focusing on really nutrient-dense food because you know what's going to help you, and it is going to help you in the long run. Your body is going to actually work properly, but that doesn't mean that it's going to work properly only when you're 100%. No, that's the 100%. That's perfection, and it will severely impact your relationships and your quality of life, which actually can be more pro-inflammatory than the foods that you're putting into your body. That's also mental things too. So creating healthy eating habits that are conducive to what your goals are. You're getting a lot of nutrient density in there, a lot of color. You're also meeting your micronutrients as well, so that you have your best athletic performance, and you still have time where there's usually cookies after me or something like that, that you still are able to enjoy yourself around friends. Now that's going to be really important for really gaining that athletic success. Now, one of the things that I also wanted to speak about is particular nutrients that are very important for athletic success, and antioxidants are one of them. Antioxidants are think about the rainbow of foods, and I don't mean Skittles when I say that. The rainbow of foods. So you've got your red vegetables and fruits, your orange vegetables and fruits, your green vegetables and fruits, etc., etc., etc. And you're getting a wide variety of not only nutrients, but these little compounds called antioxidants. Now, antioxidants are very beneficial because when you're training at very high loads and very high levels, your body is actually generating compounds that could be a little reactive in your body and could really impair recovery. Let alone, it could also do some other things if you don't take care of those. And that's what the antioxidants are there for, that they calm down those reactive oxygen species that are generated from exercise. Now, the more antioxidants that you do have in your diet, yes, there we go. Sorry. The more antioxidants that you incorporate into your own unique nutrition plan, the more you're going to feel better, because your energy pathways are going to feel better. By incorporating some of those alkalizing foods, so that would be coconut, any sort of fruits and vegetables, almonds are alkalizing, lentils, but you want to have a nice a nice balance between acidic food and alkalizing foods, because if you're too alkaline, then things can go awry in your body. So you want to have that nice balance of having those proteins, the beans as well, have some grains in there, but really try to bump up the fruits and the veggies, especially if you are a very active female athlete, because you actually probably need between 16 and 19 servings of fruits and vegetables. And that's about a half a cup of cooked vegetables and a medium fruit, relatively. So that's important because you want to be able to recover, you want the energy and the stamina. And by incorporating a lot of color into your diet, that's actually creating healthy habits for yourself as well. But that does not mean that you completely throw away other things that could be emotionally satisfying for you as well. Now, one of the things also with antioxidants is that if you don't have enough antioxidants, you are going to be fatiguing earlier. So antioxidants are responsible for working at the sodium and potassium pumps as well as calcium channels that are within your muscles. When those don't function properly, those are responsible for contraction and relaxation of your muscles. When they're not functioning properly, you can fatigue a heck of a lot earlier because your body's putting in a lot more energy to try and actually move your muscles, and you're going to tank much quicker. So making sure that you have a nice antioxidant foundation is going to be extremely beneficial, especially for you that are endurance athletes and even athletes in general, so that you're really getting the most out of training and that you're improving each week with your energy and stamina. So some of the things that I really like to incorporate, there's different types of antioxidants that you can incorporate. But I personally, well, I eat a wide variety of fruits and vegetables. My meals are very colorful. So some of the meals that I have recently, it's been some organic Greek yogurt with some blueberries, as well as granola and some matcha green tea, which I'm going to show you that. I also, this morning, I had some avocado with some organic eggs over brown rice cakes, paired with some blueberries and some banana, and then I had that matcha on the side too with some golden milk spices. I really try to get a lot of color in there. And then now what I'm having for lunch today, it's going to include broccoli as well as a delicious cabbage dish that I put together and some grass-fed beef. So I get the protein in there. I also get the carbohydrates. So I'm going to have a kombucha too. That's going to be part of my carbohydrates. I had a lot of carbohydrates this morning because I worked out. So important that you are timing your carbohydrates around your workouts. It does not mean that it depends on what your goals are with that. But carbohydrates around your workouts are going to really help with energy, really help with recovery and stamina, and also with that muscle recovery too, because carbohydrates help to spare proteins. So very important, after about an hour, you want to start incorporating about 30 to 60 grams of carbohydrates per hour, depending on how much power output that you are putting forth. You want to also make sure that you're putting in a little bit of like salt in there too for hydration. But antioxidants, so I also take a little blend of fruits and vegetables and powders called Juice Plus. This is about 30 different fruits and vegetables, and you're getting nutrients from each and every one of those fruits and vegetables. And that's a wide variety, and you're getting antioxidants from all of those as well. Now, that's not only going to help you with not fatiguing early and with your energy and stamina, certainly help with mine. I don't go a day without that now. But it can also help to improve the diversity of bacteria in your gut too, which will improve digestion and assimilation of nutrients, improve immunity, because the more beneficial bacteria you have, that can fight against any sort of pathogens that do get into your body. And it can help with producing compounds that are responsible for keeping the gut lining intact, which is very, very important for those that are endurance athletes, which I talked about last week about leucine content and how leucine is very prominent in your gastrointestinal tract. They are also responsible for producing serotonin, which is your feel-good neurotransmitter. So very important that you have that balanced. And other things that you can incorporate into your nutrition routine, which I have too. I have a super greens powder. So there are little foods called microgreens. These are an excellent source of magnesium. So magnesium actually helps to prevent muscle cramping and can really calm down your body. But also, they are one of the most alkalizing foods that you can incorporate into your nutrition plan. So microgreens have a slew of other nutrients in them as well and can be really beneficial for even other organs in your body too. So this one in particular, I love this one, Super Greens powder. It is organic. We have in here wheatgrass powder, kale powder. So kale is also a cruciferous vegetable and is very high in vitamin C as well. Moringa leaf powder and spirulina powder. So spirulina, I do want to say, is a very good source of gamma-linoleic acid, yes, it's an omega-6, but it's actually an anti-inflammatory omega-6, and it's very good for the inflammation that happens right before your period. So decreasing the prostaglandin amount and those PMS symptoms from the prostaglandins that are being released, but also is very beneficial for the lining of your gut as well. Plus, I have a little matcha superfood mix. Now, if you were trying to stay away from caffeine, then that's fine if you want to take away the matcha. But I do like matcha because A, yes, it is alkalizing, but B, teas also have L-theanine in them as well, and they don't have as high of a caffeine content. And that L-theanine helps to calm you down a little bit. So it's calming down the caffeine that's in it. This one has some moringa leaf powder, wheatgrass powder, and barley grass powder. So very, very alkalizing. These are some of the things. So there are vegetable powders and there are fruit powders that you can incorporate very easily, especially if you're a mom with female athletes as kids. You can just throw them into a smoothie. Very easy for them to have, and you don't even taste them. Again, I'm very conscientious of how food makes me feel. And if something is going to make me feel a lot better so that I have a better quality of life, that's a very healthy way to look at something. And I'm not 100%, but I do try to incorporate a lot of color. That's going to be really beneficial to your athletic success, is incorporating as much color as you possibly can and really creating that good foundation of those whole foods. And having those fun foods. I'm already thinking about what my fun food is going to be for this weekend. Come on. All right. And with that, there has been something that I have been using for the past year that can really improve recovery and can also take you, I shouldn't say take you out. When you are taken out from an injury, it can actually accelerate your injury healing. And that is these little guys. So these are X39 patches. X39 patches, what you do is you put them on whatever injury that you have. And after about 2 or 3 days, it actually starts rewiring your genetics so that there are genes that are starting to code for pluripotent stem cells. Pluripotent stem cells are the ones that basically can turn into any cell in your body that needs that healing. So after that 3 to 6 months, it also helps with more collagen production too. Now, how it does this is that it uses 4 different light therapies, and it actually hits your body at different wavelengths so that it starts to stimulate different genetic material to be made. And then after those 3 months, 3 to 6 months, then you start to regenerate those pluripotent stem cells. And before that, you start to produce more collagen as well. I can say that I have had some Achilles pain, I've had some knee pain, I've had some meniscus pain. And from that, I have felt after 3 days that it has helped me immensely. Now, if you are suffering from injuries, if you are suffering from those types of things, it does actually help the body to heal itself. I would not be recommending this to people if it does not work. It works every single time. With that 3 days, my meniscus has been feeling better. My Achilles has felt better. My knee has felt better. It took a little bit longer with my tibia, and I was also being extremely cautious with the tibia because it was in a very high stress area where I got the stress reaction in my tibia. So you want to be aware of that. But this is incredible for athletic performance because there's a lot of wear and tear on our bodies, and it's very important that we have proper healing mechanisms. Plus, with the antioxidants and what you're eating, it's enhancing the effect that you are getting from those particular nutrients. So it's really bringing you a whole body experience and a whole body healing. So if you have any sort of questions about this, if you'd like me to send you a patch, please DM me and I can give you some more information on that, because it has been one of the most crucial and beneficial things that has really helped me with my athletic success. And I am not going into my half Ironman training for next year without them. I'm on them for life. So, with that in mind, I have 2 minutes. So, thank you so much for joining me today. So, some of the things that I talked about is really improving what you are incorporating into your nutrition routine and really bumping up the whole foods and the color, but really producing a healthy mindset where you're still emotionally enjoying the food that you are having and you're not putting these vast restrictions on yourself where you're losing your quality of life. So, again, I do want you to go back to that and looking over the list of what those healthy habits are that you can incorporate. And then once it goes off to the other side where it just becomes only almost a mental imprisonment, which if that is the case that you've realized you've gone into that mental imprisonment, that's why I specialize in disordered eating and I've been there before and I'm at the other side. Let's talk and let's get you really igniting your true athletic potential and breaking these faulty mindsets so that we break the cycles in your life. All right. Some of the things also that I covered, increasing antioxidants as it's really important for muscle recovery. It is really important for cleaning up the compounds generated from a lot of exercise and intense training, as well as for preventing premature fatiguing when you are working out as well. Some of the things I use Juice Plus. There are some greens powders, but really getting as many colors into your nutrition routine as possible, along with the proteins and the carbohydrates and the fats in a nice ratio of those conducive to what your goals are. I did want to talk about protein today, but I can talk about that on a different day. If these resonated with you at all, I really work closely with female athletes, particularly youth and young adults, to really transform their relationships with food, to really start to find their own true selves and to ignite their athletic potential. And I have seen amazing results. In fact, if you saw my post earlier this week, one of my clients went from only being able to run about 3 to 4 miles to a year and a half later, she ran her first marathon. You are capable of reaching your goals, and I am ready to get you there, and I'm ready to help you to break these endless cycles in your life and your nutrition plan so that you really start finally reaching those goals that you want. All right, so with that in mind, if that is you, please set up an icebreaker call. The icebreaker call is going to be available in the comments below for those that are on Facebook and it's in my bio and my Instagram. I was going to say in the comments below. It's in my bio and my Instagram. I would absolutely love, love, love to speak with you. If you are a parent and you are really looking to help your kid to really reach their athletic goals and really live in the best health with the greatest mindsets to really prepare the foundations, that is why I'm targeting that population, because of all the health issues that I had could have been prevented, and I know that I can help them to reach that and break these cycles as well. So if you are a parent or you are a youth or young adult athlete, I would absolutely love to speak with you, and I am ready to help you with the right nutrition plan and the right lifestyle plan that is conducive to your goals and your most vibrant health. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Again, I am Drew Mulvey. I'm a certified dietitian nutritionist, board certified nutrition specialist, and certified integrative sports nutritionist, specializing in disordered eating and sports nutrition in female athletes in particular. And I'm also a certified personal trainer, so I can put together exercise plans for you. All right. Again, if this resonated with you, please DM me. I would love to speak further with you or sign up for your icebreaker call. I am 1 minute above, so everybody, have a wonderful Friday. Thank you for joining. Take care. Bye-bye.